Welcome in to Top 10 Video. We're just a small mom and pop video shop, but you're sure to find something here to watch on a Friday night. Or not. I'm Robi, and this show is all about revisiting the years I worked at a video rental store back in the late 90s. Joining me on this journey, much to her chagrin, is my unicorn, Hollipop. And today, we have a special guest, returning guest, in fact, from the Introverse podcast, my pal Blue, a.k.a. B.
What's up? What's up, Robi? Brother.
How's it going, man?
Good. I'm glad to be recording with Holly. I record with you all the time. I miss recording with Holly.
Holly is now on her summer break, and so...
I am.
Good. That means you're going to come record with us soon?
Anytime Dustin wants me to come on, I'll come on.
Oh, so it's Dustin.
Well,
Unless I'm doing CrossFit.
B would...
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She just joined a CrossFit gym.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's intense.
Have you done it?
No, I'm scared. The tires belong on the tractors.
They do. It turns out they do 3-hour sessions.
I know. A lot of stuff.
That's crazy.
It's intense. Yeah, just take your time with it. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her.
A lot of people hurt themselves.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it. That's awesome.
If you have a good trainer, I think they would.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They would work with you to not.
Yeah. It's usually all in big groups, though, so you don't get really much attention.
Oh, I got attention. She actually pulled the 15-pound weights away from me today and gave me the 10. She was like, no, you're going to injure yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And go lighter. Right. Exactly. Go lighter than you think.
Yeah, if it was me, she'd be like, "Here's the 3.5."
Yeah. Because after 3 hours, you got to pace yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's what she was saying. Her first, how long did you have to run today?
I mean, it wasn't that bad. Like it was 20. We had to go 20 minutes nonstop, where we had like this whole routine we had to go through, and then after we finished the routine, we had to run. So we ended up doing like 5 iterations of it, but it kicked my ass.
Yeah, it's intense. It's good. That's awesome. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Sweet. I didn't know that's what we're going to talk about here. But, hey, I like it.
Well, I just wanted to catch up on what everybody was doing a little bit before we jumped
I actually just
into
came from the gym. I'm like,
well, there you go. So you're pumped.
yeah, it's got a little sweaty hair.
You're
there.
feeling fly.
Yeah.
That's ironic. Both of you went to the gym today.
Yeah, it's leg day today. I hate it.
Brent goes to the gym every day. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to psychologically fix myself so I don't hate leg day. like, no, Brent, you are a leg man. You love squats, Brent. You can crack a walnut with your butt cheeks. Just lie to yourself until it's true.
Right. Yeah.
Has anybody ever done that, though? Actually cracked a walnut with their ass cheeks? Like, are there videos of somebody actually
Jean-Claude Van Damme used to all the time.
Seriously? And like, do they eat the nuts afterwards?
Oh, that's part of it.
I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah. It's not the walnuts, though, that they're gobbling up Van Damme.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Just to bring it back, speaking of having nothing to do with leg day or working out or anything, but I guess persistence. Do you guys remember when you go to the video store, they used to have these punch cards?
Like Subway?
Yes, like Subway.
Yeah, I don't remember that. It was probably the mom and pop ones that did.
The mom and pop one. Yeah, I don't know if Blockbuster ever
I
did.
do remember because I would get like an extra video game or something.
Yes.
Be so excited.
Because
it took me 37 weeks. Now I got it.
Top 10 Video used to have a punch card. So you rented 10 videos or video games, and the next one was free if you had a full card. But you also had to remember to get it punched.
Right. They're not going to
remind
you.
Your responsibility.
Right. Yeah. I was here last week. I forgot to punch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I rented one last week and you forgot to punch it. Remember? Go back and check my account. I used to hate that. The customers would come in and be, "Hey, I'm supposed to have 7 punches on my card, but I forgot to do it last time." I'm like, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
when I first started working
Holly.
there, this was before we had a computer in the store. So everything was on paper. I'm not going
so
back.
What, you're writing down everyone? All right.
Yes. Dude, we used to have to
Kevin
write
from down the street just rented Roses in the Attic. What was that movie?
Flowers in the attic.
Flowers in the
With
attic.
the siblings that are banging each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure he gets a punch. All right, that's number 6.
No.
You're not writing them all down?
No, because we have to write the movies down. Like, so if people used to come up and rent like 10 movies at a time, dude.
Oh my God! Hold on, Mr. Smith. Let me pull out my ledger.
You'd have to write every movie down, and so I would just start abbreviating.
So you would track, like, have to go and And then you'd have to like scratch it off when they return it?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it sucked.
I mean,
Until we got a computer several years later, it was much better. But
yeah.
man, right now, like in the 96, 97 years, I think we didn't get a computer till like 98, I want to say. And yeah, man, those first couple of years, every freaking movie. So they come with 10 movies.
If they didn't rewind, was there like a little, put like a little black star next to it?
No, it was, we were supposed to give them a penalty, but most of the time we had 3 rewinders. I would just rewind them.
Yeah, they made such a big deal about the rewinding.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, yeah, because
if no one's rewinding,
yes,
you know,
the next person who rents the movie, you put it in, and it's the end credits.
What the hell
are
is
rolling.
this crap?
Or better yet,
It's credits already?
they rewound it, and it's like the final scene. You know, just to,
It's a spoiler. You put it right
watch that
in
again.
You know, Rose is check. I'll always love you. Wait, what's going on?
What's happening? The ship
dies?
sinks? Screw James Cameron. Anyway, punch cards. That was my thing. I brought all that up to say that years after I stopped working at the video store, I think it was shut down. Like you couldn't even go. Like it wasn't even there anymore. I found an old punch card in a wallet with like one punch.
One punch.
It's still there. And now, like this was because I would go there even after I worked there.
Card. It's the
it was sad because
there was so much hope and potential.
Exactly, and I did not finish it. Like it was like I had one punch left to go on this card.
Oh, one punch left. I thought you meant it only had one punch.
No. I had 9 punches, and I needed
one left to go.
One left to go, and I was like, "Damn it!"
So close.
And it doesn't even exist anymore. Like I can't go and like say, "Hey, guys,"
you need to like frame it. Get your little frame.
Yeah, I need to find it. It's probably in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
Or just find the owner and make him honor it.
How can we implement that into the Introverse podcast?
If you listen to 9 episodes, the 10th one is free. Is that?
Yeah, but obviously it's all free.
So what would be what are we punching for?
I don't know. We'll have to come up with some cool incentive. They're like, we listened to 10. Look, there's my punch card.
Yes, like somebody on social media will have to share the link, and then after they listen 10 times, you guys could like give them like a little keychain or something.
Or we fly out and record it at their house.
We had yeah, that's a better idea. We'll
super safe too.
It's safe, cheap, cost.
You guys are going to get raped.
If that was the promo, I would be very interested to see who the first person is to turn it in.
It would probably be Holly. She'd be like, I've listened to 10 episodes.
Yeah. Holly and Big Red's our biggest fans.
That's right. Yeah, it would either be at your mom's house or at my house. Our biggest fans.
Yep.
It would be weird, though, if it's some creepy guy that has a crush on you guys.
Guy. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
I've listened to your podcast every night as I take a bath.
You're saying that, but that's actually when Holly does listen to podcasts.
But it's different when it's your wife, dude. Not a 350-pound bald white guy
rubbing his nipples the whole time.
Right, exactly.
I love the sound of these guys' voices. Bubble bath. And on that note, we need to cover the top 10 video rentals for April 19th, 1997. That's the month we have arrived at. We started way back in November of 96, and we have now arrived at April of 1997. And I have a presentation.
Got to bust out the PowerPoint.
I got to bust it out.
You had a PowerPoint last time I was on here.
I did. And this one,
very
however,
professional.
We've upgraded a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Can I start giving like Excel presentations in the Introverse pod?
If you'd like.
As long as I can guest on that.
Yeah. Of course. I keep trying to get you on there. And apparently Dustin's shutting you down.
I'm not shutting her down at all.
Fancy.
We've moved up in the world a little bit, so.
Oh, we moved past Holly?
No. I'm talking about my presentation. Holly is always welcome.
Okay.
On the Introverse.
All right.
I'm just saying she was busy with work, and so.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna catch up this summer.
She calls us out on our BS, man.
She's got some questions that she's been compiling.
Good. Write them down. Put them in your notes.
Yeah. What were we doing in April of 97? Remember?
Let's see. We were graduated almost a year from high
Yep.
school.
Second semester of college, actually.
Yeah, a little bit of college, a little
Yeah.
bit of like part-time jobs at a grocery store.
Oh, did they rent movies at Del Champs?
No.
Because some of
And
the grocery stores did have like a little video rental section.
I did start working part-time at FedEx too, probably close to this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
These were the top 10 video rentals on April 19th, 1997. Number 10 was The Chamber.
Chris O'Donnell. Yeah.
Whatever happened to Chris O'Donnell, right?
Just fell off the face of earth. I
Didn't
have
he
no
marry
idea.
a teacher?
He played
He did.
Batman and Robin, and people didn't like the nipples, and that was it. It killed his career, is what I heard.
Oh, what about his nipples? I didn't know about his nipples.
They both had nipples in Batman and Robin.
Everyone had nipples.
Their armor suit had nipples.
Oh, okay.
But
I just thought he was like one of those guys with huge areolas, and maybe it all got out.
No, it was like plastic areolas over the
Okay.
armor.
Yeah, it was plastic nipples. But here's the thing. Did Alicia Silverstone have plastic nipples
No.
on her suit?
Nope.
I don't think so.
She didn't need them.
I liked her too. She was.
I
so
just feel
cute.
like it's a little bit sexist, though, that they're showing the guy's nipples and not the
right.
woman's nipples. We got to be fair across
It was
the
a
board
different
here.
time back then, Roby. Different time. You know,
I suppose.
it was
Men
a
were being
world where men
objectified
could
back
just
then.
whip out their nipples, and you know, no one cared. It was acceptable.
Yeah, this was one in the long line of John Grisham adaptations post
Oh,
The
yeah.
Firm. And this one had Gene Hackman. Rest
I
in
enjoyed
peace.
all the John Grisham stuff, but I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, I watched all of these movies. I don't remember this one that much, but apparently there's something. I think there's a guy on death row,
Oh, maybe
and
I have seen it.
I think
Sounds
it's
familiar.
Gene Hackman. I think he's the guy on death row. I don't even remember the plot of this movie.
Well, looking from the cover, Gene looks more like the death row guy than the lawyer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chris O'Donnell is the lawyer in this one.
Now,
Young,
does he show his
fresh-faced.
nipples in this one?
Fresh out of college.
Yeah.
Zero hair on his nipples.
It's like his first case.
yeah.
I like
smooth.
these are all VHS covers here, and this one has a sticker here, 1-day rental only. I like finding the ones that are clearly from a video store at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, you see like those little things. That's cool.
Yeah. All right, number 9.
Oh, Jean-Claude. We just
Jean-Claude.
talked about him.
Yes. Dude, do you remember this movie?
Maximum Risk. The Other Side of Safe. I love it. I love those little...
Dude, they don't
I don't
do
remember this.
This was a fun movie, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call it a sheer blast of supercharged adrenaline, but I remember watching it a few times.
Was Natasha Henstridge from Species?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good call. This was back in the day where this type of film always had like a nude scene in it.
Yep.
It was
I could tell.
sort of
I could tell by
par-
the cover. Oh, yeah. There's
Par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
Natasha did have a little love scene there with Van Damme in this one. I do recall this movie. Holly, have you seen this one?
No.
Okay. What about The Chamber? Okay.
I don't remember like the 90s like you guys do. I'm like, I don't know what I was doing.
Well,
in
this is
97.
crazy because I don't know if I would. I remembered like these covers are like a wash of nostalgia to me when I see them because I saw them every day. I have to put them
Right.
back on the
I
shelf.
bet.
It's kind of crazy to me when I see them and I'm like, oh my God. It's like a walk down memory lane.
Yeah. It's also like a weird form of art,
Yes.
you know, because someone put that together.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it wasn't just like a clip from the movie.
Oh, no. These were the early days
These
of Photoshop.
posters. Yeah, these posters. And, you know, I used to love movie posters.
Yep.
You know, you had to sell someone.
Yep. Number 8 was on the chart last month as well. Last Man
Yeah.
Standing.
I
Bruce
think I have
Willis.
seen this. It's like a mobster movie, right?
Yes. Takes
It
place in
looks
the
good.
30s.
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
I love all those old mobster movies.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter if they're good.
This one also has Christopher Walken in it as the bad guy. So, yeah.
Love Christopher Walken. I
Yeah.
wish I could do it in a Christopher Walken impersonation.
Some people hate the
I
shit.
wish you could do one.
Hey, I used to do it. It takes me a while. I got to get into the mode.
Yeah.
Number 7. This one's new on the charts as well.
Is that Liv Tyler?
That is Liv Tyler, a comedy
I'm nailing
written
it.
and directed by Tom Hanks.
That thing you do. Yeah, that was a good movie.
It
It's a
was.
good
I
movie.
liked it.
That was a really good movie.
It's a fun movie.
It was like one of these pop bands in the
Yep.
60s or something, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And Tom Hanks is the producer,
The
talent
the manager,
guy.
yes.
Yeah, manager.
Yeah, this was a fun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job with this. All right, number 6, moving right along here.
Space Jam.
Everybody get
The
up.
The goat.
It's Space Jam. That is the worst photograph of Michael Jordan, dude.
Look at it. It doesn't even look like him.
It's yeah.
Like they airbrushed his face. You don't need to airbrush Jordan's face.
I guess they were trying to get him to match the animated characters a little bit.
Yeah. I love how they have the stars at the top starring Bugs Bunny. And they have Jordan second. Bugs Bunny first. Michael Jordan second.
Well, in all fairness, this was his first movie, so
Yeah. And they don't even mention the Tasmanian Devil, Sylvester, Tweeter, and
Tweeter,
Tweety the bird.
Tweety Bird, yeah. Sylvester the cat.
Who's the pig again?
Porky.
That's all, folks.
And the duck. God, I can't remember.
Daffy.
Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck.
Fuffer and Fuckatash. I used to do all these voices. Yeah.
Yeah, you were good at voices.
Fun times. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened.
No, you're still
Practice,
pretty
man.
good. You didn't do
Practice.
very well at Christopher Walken earlier.
No.
That was
It's
the
fun when you pull them
Tasmanian
out at
Devil.
home
Yeah.
I pulled them out at home
in the bedroom.
in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Fuffer and Fuckatash.
Succotash.
That's all, folks.
Right.
What's up, Doc? That's my foreplay. Is
That's funny.
all right. Moving on. All right, number 5 is Fargo, and
There
we'll
it
come back
is.
to it
Okay.
because that is the one that we are going to be discussing
All right.
today.
Yeah.
Number 4,
Ooh, Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Wait, not only Steven Seagal, but Steven Seagal and Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Ivory Wayans. Like, who put this together?
The Glimmer Man.
Yeah, Seagal was a big deal back then. I enjoyed his movies back
Well,
then.
dude, after Above the Law, that was kind of like his
Yeah.
first big. I think that
That's
was
where
his
he
first
gets
big
like
hit.
beat up and his wife is killed or something.
Yes.
And he's got to like do yoga to come back and acupuncture. And
Yes. And
all
then he
these
had
Asian-
the Under Siege films. Under Siege was
Under
another
Siege
huge
was
one.
fantastic.
This, I think, is sort of getting towards his decline already, actually, because I remember The Glimmer Man, I don't think it did that well. I mean, yes, it was number 4
4.
this week, but
Yeah.
it was dropped out of the top 10, I think, by the next month. But, you know, I don't remember this movie at all. I know I saw it. I don't remember it.
I can't
all.
say that I've seen it though.
Yeah.
Because you're probably right. It was falling off. Because I don't remember the Van Damme one too much either. And I was into all of that stuff. But these are on the back end of when they were cool.
Yes. Early 90s was early to mid 90s was their heyday, and late 90s, like we're in 97 right now, I think they're
just
starting
to fall off. Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little by the early 2000s, Seagal is not even making movies people are watching anymore. It's like B movie stuff. Number 3, great movie,
Fantastic movie.
The Long Kiss Goodnight. Holly and I watched this a few months back, and she fell asleep.
I did.
It's another novel adaptation, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
You know what you do wrong though is on like nights we watch movies, you're like, it's got to be dark. So you wait for dark, but you're like, why'd you fall asleep? It's freaking dark. My
Well, in all
body's like,
fairness-
It's
it's time to
summertime,
sleep.
so it doesn't get dark till 9.
That's the problem now. Yeah, that's the problem. So, yeah.
I understand. I weirdly, I get what Roby. I get it, like why he wants to wait till
Well,
dark.
because the way our TV is set up in our living room, we have windows everywhere, so it's like the light is still coming in through the windows.
Yeah,
And-
but like growing up too, you usually that's when you started a movie.
Yeah,
You ate dinner,
you're right.
whether you went out to the movies or VHS'd it at home.
Right.
As a family, you ate dinner, did all the things. All right, everyone go take your showers, clean up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, pop in the popcorn. Now
Yep.
it's 8:30. Pop it in. It's dark outside.
It's dark outside. Yeah, because you would be playing outside, you
Yeah.
know, until dark. So the movie was always after. But yeah, this is a great one. Rennie Harlan was actually married to Gina Davis when they made a couple of movies together, but this is the better of the two. And Samuel L. Jackson just been a badass
Badass mofo
for as
anywhere
long.
he
I mean,
goes.
dude, this was like a few years after Jurassic Park, which he had a great
Yeah, that's where he like exploded.
small role in. Yeah, hold on to your butts. But yeah, this one right here, this was a This is just a fun movie, and I watched it again when we rewatched it. Holly fell asleep, but I thought it was great. It's held up pretty well.
I feel like there's a movie that's like a sequel to that with something of.
I'm seeing a little bit
there's
of
a spider in the title or something.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of a pattern here.
Anyway,
we have.
It was number 2.
We had The Long Kiss Goodnight here with Gina Davis and Samuel L. And now we have Courage Under Fire with Denzel and Meg Ryan.
What's the pattern you see? I don't see it.
You don't see a pattern? Really?
No.
Okay. I mean, just look at the posters.
I don't see
Look
it.
at the posters.
Courage Under Fire.
Okay.
Long Kiss.
All
Good
right.
night.
Are you talking about the diversity in the film?
Guns, where there's
Look,
explosions.
just the way the poster is arranged.
Helicopters.
Okay.
There is a man in the lower
there's a man
right-hand
and woman?
corner and a woman with
Gotcha.
blonde hair in the
Is it
background.
because they started putting women in movies now?
And I was thinking diversity. I was like, oh gosh. What do you
No,
think?
I wasn't thinking that at
Color.
all. I'm just saying, like, look at literally the poster is exactly the same.
I know. I'm messing. It's blatantly obvious. Yes. You're right, Roby.
All right, I was just making sure I wasn't crazy.
No, you're not crazy. The covers are almost identical.
Yes, I mean, there's action
Yeah.
scene at the bottom, two
Yeah,
big
the-
faces,
The
then
female
the
in the
title.
top corner.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
man in the
This was a
bottom
great movie
corner.
too. I actually saw this at the theater. And,
Yeah, I think I've seen it, but I can't, man.
Yeah, I think I've seen it, too.
podcast. I like this going down this list. Makes me want to go back and watch some of these.
Yeah, because look, how many of these movies do you remember? That's what I'm saying.
I think I remember all of them.
It's crazy how
Yeah.
if I asked you like, what's the movie Meg Ryan did with Denzel Washington?
I would
in
never know.
1990? You would
Never
never
know.
know. But when you see this box, you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, and movies don't have that anymore.
No.
They've got the little thumbnail on Netflix or whatever, but
yeah,
it's
and they
not like
change it.
yeah, and usually it's just when you select it, it just like goes to the preview or whatever.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, and number one, April
First
19th.
Wives Club. That's my favorite movie. I love Bette Midler.
Really?
No.
I was about to say.
I was gonna say I didn't realize you were a Bette Midler fan, but
I'm a huge Midler fan. Have you ever
Okay.
listened to her sing? It's like an angel.
oh, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
No, I actually prefer Goldie Hawn and Diane Keaton to Bette Midler here. And I did watch this movie. I don't think I enjoyed it, but, you know, a lot of ex-wives, I think, got a kick out of this one.
I'm sure, yeah. Don't get mad. Get everything. Very uplifting.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah.
All right. The movie that we're going to talk about is Fargo. And there's a reason for that. Number 5, because, geez, Fargo has been on the chart for, wait for it, 27 weeks at this point.
Wow. Wow.
And it's just been going in and out of the top 10. Like it would drop out,
Yeah.
and then it got nominated
Come
for some
back.
Academy Awards and went back in. And dude, 27 weeks it's been in the top 15 for sure.
Yeah.
And so I felt like it's just been hanging around begging us
Mm-hmm.
to talk about it.
No, I think this one is worthy to discuss.
Yes. So did we see Fargo when it was first released?
No, not when it first released, but it was probably a few years later, you know, when it's like, well, I should probably watch this now.
Yeah.
You know, this has gotten so many good reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I saw it when it was released on video.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people did. It was out at the video store all the time. I
It's
mean,
an interesting movie. I can't tell you why I like it.
I don't even know how much I like it.
Yeah.
It's entertaining, and I love a lot of things about it. But if you asked me, do you like this movie? I don't.
Right.
Like if there were 5 movies on a table that I had to pick from to watch,
Yeah.
and Fargo was one of them, I don't know if I would always pick Fargo.
Right.
You know,
But once you put it on, there's something about it.
there's something about it.
There's something there.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's about, bad choices making everything tailspin out of control.
Yeah. That's one thing.
It makes you feel better about your life, perhaps.
Not necessarily. It makes me not want to make bad choice. And
Okay.
yeah.
Makes me not want to move up north.
Very true. I was
Yes.
just sitting here thinking, like,
The
we are so
cinematography,
lucky we
like,
don't have
when
to
they're on the
shovel
road,
snow.
Yeah. And they're on the roads and it's like actually snowing, like you can't see 10 feet in front of you in some of these shots.
Yeah.
It looks cold. I felt cold.
I was going to say that. That's actually one of my notes was the verisimilitude, to reuse that word, of how real the film feels, like the
You don't
world
need to
that you're
define
in
it anymore.
Right.
is like even the interior scenes, like in the car dealership and in their house, it felt real. Like it felt like that. I know that house. Like I was
when you first meet the woman and she's eating the breakfast, the husband makes her the breakfast, that little bitty table they're at.
Yes.
And the way it's shot, where you see where they're sitting and you have the door that goes out all in one frame.
Yeah.
And I'm not a movie guy, but I recognize that's a cool scene.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And it's never boring. Like even though it's a long shot
it's boring. The whole movie's boring, but it's not.
Yeah.
These are boring people.
Yes, that is true. Well, I would argue that the two kidnappers are not boring characters.
Well, no, the good guys.
But most of the good guys, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And definitely the car salesman, Jerry.
Yeah.
He's got a boring life. I mean, that's almost why I think he does what he does, is because he's just bored.
It's just so bored.
Yeah. And also he's going to be broke, but
they're also like, everyone has their own take on their boredom. Like the cop is so content.
Mm-hmm.
Like woken up in the middle of the night, go solve a murder. And she's like, oh, okay. With the cute little accent.
Yes. Yes. Minnesota nice.
Yeah.
Aw, geez.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah. And I love when they introduce each other like, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. How are you doing? I'm good. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
Every time. That's it.
Yeah.
It's my kind of conversations.
So it's written and directed by the Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
And they had made a few movies before this that had given them some acclaim.
Yeah.
They had started with they got Miller's Crossing, Blood Simple. Hudsucker Proxy was sort of their first big film.
I love that movie.
I think they had done Barton Fink already as well. But this was before The Big Lebowski and No Country for Old Men, where they really blew up,
Right.
But this was the movie that kind of brought them to that next level, because it gets it gets nominated for 7 Academy Awards. They win Best Screenplay. Frances McDormand wins Best Actress, which I would argue William H. Macy probably should have won. He was nominated, but he didn't win. And I actually thought that his performance was a little more, I don't know, I want to say outwardly impressive, but she's kind of just walks around and, makes comments. And I don't know, like her best scene is that final scene when she's driving in the car after she's solved everything. And there's that close up on her face where she's kind of questioning, like, why in the hell did all this happen? Like, to me, that's her best scene.
I disagree.
Okay.
It's a good scene. But my favorite scene is I think it's after that, when she's in bed with her husband.
Okay.
And he's like, I got the 3-cent stamp. and she's like, no, that's fantastic. You're so good. Like she's building.
Yes.
Like that was so.
Yeah.
She just had all this murder and stuff. And it's like, so excited. He got the 3-cent stamp, and no, you're looking at it wrong. When they increase the price of stamps, they're going to need yours.
Yeah. They're going to need that 3 cents.
I liked that.
That was a great scene, but I felt like, look, I wanted more scenes with her and her husband, honestly. Like, I would have watched a movie just about them.
Yeah.
I think that's what's so good about this movie. I think all the characters are interesting.
Yeah.
Like, there's no character that, well, I guess other than Scotty. Scotty, the son character, is an afterthought, literally.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's an orphan now. You start thinking, what's going to happen to Scotty at the end of the movie?
Like, who is this kid?
Because he's
that's their kid.
Yes, because I mean he's a big part of the beginning of the movie, because he's in all the family scenes in the kitchen and everything.
Yeah.
He's, and then you realize, wait, his mom, by the end of the movie, his mom's dead. His dad's in prison potentially for life.
Where's he?
What happened to Scotty? And even
grandfather's dead. He's not going to go live with the grandfather.
The Coen brothers forgot him. They were like, you know what?
Yeah.
No shot of Scotty. No one cares.
Yeah, stupid kid. I want to know what happened to that bag of money.
Oh,
well,
yeah. I didn't even think about that.
You find out what happens to it in season 1 of Fargo.
Oh,
the series. We? Yeah, you don't remember?
I started it and I don't remember either.
I don't remember.
That's well,
Is that the one with Billy Bob Thornton?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does
There's so
Billy
many
Bob
other
Thornton
Fargo
find
things
it?
No,
out
what
there.
happens to that money is part of the plot of the season 1 of the series.
Okay, cool.
So, which by the way,
How much money's in the bag?
okay, so he took out
He took out 80 from
80.
$1 million. 80,000 from $1 million.
So what's left? 120,000.
920.
I mean 920,000.
God damn. Do we need Excel in here?
Yeah. We need to. Dude, the math was never my strong. I can't
Right.
subtract and add. Come on, what do you think this is?
How much is 80,000 from $1 million? 120,000.
Well, I see I got the 20 right. I just needed the extra 800,000.
Yeah, it's all good. Anyway.
No,
Yeah.
I've been saying I need to correct this because for the last 3 podcasts, I'm almost positive I've been saying that Fargo won Best Picture. Or maybe I said it was nominated. I can't remember. But either way, it did not win. It was nominated for Best Picture, but it
Okay.
did not win. The English
it.
Patient won Best Picture that year.
Got it.
And
I'm glad we cleared that up.
yes. Well, I know people have been just banging on the
Blasting
door.
you on, dude, blasting you on YouTube.
Uh-huh. Oh,
you
yeah.
should see the comments.
It's been horrible.
Like,
It's been horrible. I don't like to read comments, but I'm just saying it's been
was
bad.
this guy
And I'm
even
the one that's been
awake in
doing it.
97? What's he doing?
And just to throw it out there, when's the last time you watched an award show?
Oh,
For
God,
movies.
dude. A couple years ago, I watched the Oscars just to see, like, okay, I'm gonna watch it and go watch all the nominated movies this
Okay.
year. And they all were stupid.
Yeah.
It was the year where they had something about everything and nothing.
Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yeah, that one. They had dick fingers in that movie.
They did.
They did, yeah. The last award show I watched was just that part of that award show where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
I just saw that on the news the next day. Like, man,
Damn it, I should have watched
finally
the
good.
Oscars.
It's finally good.
I watched them every year back then. Like at
back
this
then,
time,
yeah. Back then it was a big deal.
it was a big deal.
And they nominated movies you heard of.
It was like my Super Bowl. Like I was like,
Yeah.
the Academy Awards, I need to see if my movie wins. Billy Crystal was the host. It was awesome. Like I haven't watched it in probably 10 years. I could give a shit.
Billy Crystal, man. What about City Slickers?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Anyway, got suck the poison out.
All right. Well, we need to talk about the disclaimer at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. So is this a true story? I did
Well-
zero research.
Apparently it's not. And it pisses me off. You shouldn't say that at the
Lame.
beginning of the movie if it's not a true fucking story.
Lame.
It is.
Because watching this thinking that, wow, this really happened, makes the movie so much better.
Yes.
If it's just a made up story, wow, that just took a star off of my rating.
Okay. Interesting. The Coen brothers,
Yeah.
at the beginning, throughout the entire press tour for the movie, they kept to their story that this was a true story.
Wow.
Now, it turns out there was an incident where a husband
Yeah.
apparently killed his wife and he disposed of her body in a wood chipper. That actually did happen at some point somewhere, but it wasn't in Minnesota, and it had nothing to do with any of these characters. Which
Well,
are
anything
completely...
anything can be loosely related to anything.
Right. I think what they were thinking of when they wrote the disclaimer or the whatever you call it, is it disclaimer? What's the word for it? The intro paragraph
The
called
blurb.
It's those words at the beginning.
those words at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
When they wrote it, they were saying, well, to us, this is a true story. But when you say the events depicted in this film took place in Minnesota in 1987, at the request of the survivors, the names have been changed.
Right.
And out of respect for the dead, the rest has been told exactly as it occurred. You are just like inviting, yes, this is totally true.
Yeah.
Because you're giving so many specific details.
Yeah, I don't like that, man.
But wait a minute. Let's compare it to Michael Crichton's novels.
Okay.
He had all kinds of facts and shits in like charts and things.
Yeah, but he never says this is a true story.
You know what? Is it kind of like that artist that said "Sene un la pipe" or whatever? Like
Cyndi
this is not a
Lauper?
pipe, whatever that is, and it's a picture. It's a picture of a pipe. So they're
But it's
basically
but it's
saying,
really
"Well, this is a
duck.
story. It's a true story, but it's
Yes.
It's
it's
truly a story.
it's truly a story."
Truly a story of fiction.
Yeah. Right.
But you know how, like, at the beginning of Michael Crichton's novels,
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
He sets it up that this is real.
He sets it up so when you're reading it, it feels real.
Yeah. But he doesn't say, you know what? The government's been hiding these dinosaurs from you, and I'm revealing it now. You know?
But he kind of is, though.
I think even more people would have liked
I
Jurassic
know what you're
Park.
saying, Roby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he puts all the facts. So, like, it's like
he
he's
does
trying
it properly.
Right.
They come out and say, this is a true story.
This feels a little bit wrong. It feels like lying.
Yeah,
It
they
feels
are
like
lying.
a lot wrong to me. Now I hate this movie. It's so misled.
And they did that at the beginning of every episode.
Every episode of the TV show has the same saying at the beginning of it.
So we can just say whatever we want
And
now.
it gets on my nerves, dude, because as much as I enjoy a lot of the show,
Yeah.
it's why wouldn't you just do it at the beginning of the first episode and then you're good? You don't have to do it in every episode. Like, if you're just trying to copy the format of Fargo, the movie, fine. Put it at the beginning of the show, in the first episode, and then that's it. But every episode.
But when I'm watching the movie, too, I can't tell you how many times through the movie I'm like, man, I can't believe this was true.
Yep.
You know, like, wow.
I honestly...
I even thought to myself, if this wasn't true, I probably wouldn't like it.
Okay. Well, they just set you up to just freaking...
What? Some assholes.
That's just wrong, though. It's
wrong. You know what? While I'm bashed the Coen Brothers, I feel like the Coen Brothers, and it's not against them. Like, they make really good movies, right?
Yeah.
They've got they have a
They
proven
have a
track record.
fantastic track record.
So I'm not bashing them. It was a good movie.
Yes.
What pisses me off about the Coen Brothers is you have people like myself that don't know shit about movies that are like, oh, it's the Coen Brothers? We have to go see that. And I'm like, name one of their movies. And they can't. But they know to say Coen Brothers equals good movie, so I can join in this conversation.
It's
and
weird.
Look like I'm cool, but I'm really just a fake poser.
Yeah, it's weird because it's almost like in some circles, just the name, the Coen Brothers, is more well known than their actual movies.
Than their movies. Yeah, exactly.
Because they've never really had a giant hit movie that everybody saw.
Right.
You know, I mean, Fargo, I think eventually everybody watched it, you know, on
But it
home
wasn't
video.
like at once. It had to.
No. It was over the.
It was always, even like The Big Lebowski wasn't at once.
No, and that was like a cult hit thing. That wasn't a blockbuster hit.
No.
None of their movies were.
Yeah.
I mean, No Country for Old Men might have been the last movie they made that was like...
That was a little different, too. It was like when you look at Big Lebowski, Fargo, and then No Country for Old Men, really different.
They are
type of film.
Very different movies.
Really good movie.
But they all have the violent outbursts. They all have the quirky characters. They all have the interesting locations. You know, they have themes that are crossover, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, there's another director out there. I can't remember his name. It's the same thing. Anytime his name pops up, you get these people that don't know anything, like myself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, gonna watch that one.
Another one of my notes was there's a lot of bad teeth in this movie.
Dude, the teeth are so bad. What is up with the teeth,
Okay,
man?
so the scene with Steve Buscemi arguing with the parking lot attendant, to me, is the primo bad teeth scene.
And it's almost like it's like they don't focus in on the teeth, but it feels like it's focused in on the teeth.
It feels like they are.
They have the whole face on there, but all you're looking at are their teeth. Like, is he the one where it's like how his teeth are huge? Like, is it the parking attendant guy?
The parking attendant guy, his teeth are very prominent,
like
and
they're
very
long.
brown and discolored
and out of place and
it's
the teeth were something, man.
It's interesting. Like there's several scenes in the movie, but I mean, Buscemi has always had an interesting.
Yeah, he's always got that grill, that weird snaggle tooth.
Yes, snaggle tooth. Yeah.
But Buscemi, I love
funny looking guy. He's a funny looking guy. Funny looking how?
Well, he wasn't circumcised.
That's another one. That's one of those scenes that felt real to me in the hotel room after they've had sex with the prostitutes.
And they're just sitting there watching
and they're laying there watching TV. And I'm like, I feel like this was a memory.
Yeah. Well, they do a good job of that, of making these scenes that you don't need them in the movie.
Uh-huh.
Like when she goes to the Twin City or whatever and sits with the Asian guy. They didn't need that scene in there. at
No,
all.
and I would argue they don't need that scene.
At all, but it was there,
Yeah.
and you watched it, and that dude, it was weird.
At least the other ones, I don't know.
They
At
were
least
short.
it felt
The other scenes were short enough too.
right. They were short, so it felt like okay, you're just adding color to the story.
Yeah.
Whereas this scene,
It was drawn out, and
I don't know. I don't understand the
poor
purpose of it.
dude. Yeah. Why he died of leukemia?
Because she doesn't cheat on her husband. Like it almost seems like the guy's he's clearly hitting on her, and then he lies. You find out he just made the whole thing up. He never even married that chick. And
when did that? I missed that. He made that up.
yeah,
She didn't have leukemia. Never married her.
no, she's still alive.
When did that come out?
It was like a couple of scenes later.
Really?
Yeah. Now,
did I
somebody
miss
online said that the reason that scene's in there is because it triggers her memory so that now she thinks that Jerry is lying. But I'm like, Jerry was obviously lying. That dude could not lie.
Who's Jerry?
Lundegaard,
Jerry?
the guy that got
The one that had his wife kidnapped.
Okay.
Car salesman.
Jerry Lundegaard.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I feel like Mike needed to be involved in the case some kind of way, or
Yeah.
some
It was
kind
weird.
of.
That was a weird scene.
It was just a little bit too long. If they had done it, and
They love the Radisson too. It's at the Radisson. Of course, it's good food. It's
Yes.
the Radisson. It's gonna be fantastic. No place to eat. It's the Radisson. Yeah.
it's just full of really good scenes.
Look, when I started it, I guess it's just the society we live in now. It just gave everyone ADD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't watch movies start to finish anymore.
Really?
I don't, it's like, all right, I'll watch it till like my ADD kicks in, and then I'll go do something else, which is like 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Like I watch a movie like a series. Like let me watch 20 minutes till it gets a stopping point. I watched this whole thing straight through. I'm like, oh, look at that. There's only 15 minutes left. This boring movie, so slow and so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's boring. The middle is a
No,
little.
I mean,
the middle
it's not
is a
boring.
little.
It's not boring. It's just the personality. There's no action in the city.
It's slow.
It's all snow. They're monotone voices.
But that opening sequence before, because we don't see Frances McDormand's Margie until like 33 minutes into the movie, I think. This whole plot sets up of the guy getting his wife kidnapped. Yeah. You're introduced to all these characters all the way through the death of the people driving on the road.
Yeah.
The guy in the bright red sweater. That's a great scene, by the way. That whole
running
sequence.
Away.
Yeah, the whole sequence of when they have the kidnapped wife in the back seat, the cop pulls him over.
Yeah.
And he just shoots him in the face. Like it's the explosive violence after all of this kind of, as we say, kind of boring setup.
I like that guy too.
Like
not in that movie so much, the blonde-headed.
Oh, Peter Stormare. Yeah.
But he does a lot of good, like in John Wick.
Yes.
He always plays like a good Russian.
Yeah, he's actually
type.
Swedish.
Okay.
He's actually Swedish.
All right. Well,
yeah.
He plays that good character very well. He's like the voice of Call of Duty now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like every time there's a new Call of Duty, he's always like he has this bad guy Russian type accent.
Yeah. No, he's great. I think he's got like 19 words he speaks in the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's just very. That's another good scene. Steve Buscemi basically railing against him because he's not talking, not having a conversation, and he's like,
"That's a good scene."
Fine, we'll have complete silence.
Yeah,
we'll have complete silence, and then like he can't stay quiet to save his life.
Right?
Like
he just see how
you
like it. We're not going to talk at all.
Yeah,
it's like,
and it's like he would love
married to that person.
Yeah.
You shut the hell up. Like that's what he wants you to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite explosive violent scene. Well, Steve Buscemi getting shot in the face is really good.
Yeah.
Like that, all the violence.
I felt
in here,
like that hurt.
It's insanely. It feels real. Like it all is like nothing is like, wow, that was ridiculous.
You're right.
It all feels like, oh shit, like just
Yeah.
And
when I say that it's boring, it's not boring. It's just it's in a boring setting.
That's it.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's boring people. Generally, day-to-day lives. You're seeing the most exciting thing that's ever happened to these people, basically.
And it doesn't even excite them.
Yeah.
You know, like she just goes right back to bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. No, seriously, I wanted to see an entire movie about just her and her husband. That was,
That would be good. That would
You
be
know.
interesting.
you know,
What kind of movie would it be?
I don't know. I mean, occasionally,
Rom-com?
like her police work would come into it, right? Because he was a
Yeah.
cop as well,
Was he?
supposedly. Well, that was their backstory.
Okay.
So the Coen brothers told the actors, "Look, you guys come up with a backstory for your
Oh,
characters."
that's cool. Yeah. So they believe it because they came up with
And
it.
they believe it, so they came up with it. So they said, "Well,
Yeah.
look, we were both police officers at this precinct, and we fell in love on the job." But
I was
then we
wondering why he could
realized,
just walk in the precinct.
yes, then we realized that one of us was going to have to stay home. I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure why. Well, he had the dream
Well,
of
for the
being an
baby,
artist.
probably.
Yeah, he wants to paint
Yeah. Painting ducks.
stamps,
Yeah.
which that's
Hey, everyone has their dream.
yeah.
Yeah.
Holly has achieved her dreams.
Have I?
Marrying you.
Yes, marrying
Be
me.
a big stud.
That was one of her primary dreams.
Lucky woman right there.
I am very lucky.
She wanted to have an album, and now she's released multiple albums.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I just need to be wealthy so I don't have to work.
Yeah, we just need to get to the point where one of us can stay home and the other can.
Where Robi can stay home.
Yeah.
Roby wants to stay home and do art.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Well, no, because you do art too, so we'd have to
You need
take
to
I don't
stop
do art
taking
like
summers off from teaching
Yeah,
so Robi can stay home.
yeah, exactly. Speaking of music, though, the score here by Carter Burwell, who's done almost
Yeah.
all of the Coen Brothers movies, is great. It's
Yeah.
such a like dark and moody.
Yeah, it sets the tone.
It almost
perfectly.
doesn't fit with some of the characters once it gets a little goofy, like with the old Minnesota thing, and then you have this very brooding score. That, by the way, the theme is also used in the TV show, and
the best season of that, by the way, is the one with Kirsten Dunst.
Yes, season 2, in
far.
my opinion, of Fargo is the best season, but season 1 isn't bad. It's good, and it also connects directly to the movie.
What's interesting about this movie, because it's like a suspenseful comedy, which is a cool combination.
Yeah.
Because the comedy's not like overly.
No. It's a dark comedy.
It's not like Dumb and Dumber. You could say Dumb and Dumber had suspense, technically, but yeah, it's a good combination of the two, like a crime drama comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last good crime drama you watched?
Crime drama?
Like a movie? Yeah. Is that the right genre? I don't know. I just made
What's
that
the
up.
one we watched with Denzel Washington the other day, Dustin? The one Training Day?
Oh, yeah.
Training Day was really good.
Well, I mean, that's fantastic. I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
But I'm talking more of where they have like, where they're trying to solve something, not like a mystery murder. Oh yeah. It could be anything. They're trying to solve some sort of thing.
Right. I don't know.
Like Fugitive, like The Fugitive.
The Fugitive.
That's
a great
perfect example.
There's a lot of crime
of what I'm
TV
trying to
shows that are
describe.
good.
Yeah, we've watched a lot of crime TV shows of late. It's been a
The
while.
Receptionist is good. Have you started that?
Which one?
The Receptionist. Oh, you don't have
The
Netflix.
Receptionist?
Yeah.
No.
It's like that. It's like solving a crime thing at the White House.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
Interesting.
Like CB Strike was good.
Yeah.
I feel like there was more back then, like in the 90s.
Oh, it was. I feel
They
like
were
all the
really
crime
good.
dramas have switched over to TV now, and they don't make a lot of crime drama movies. I mean, we did watch Strange Darling, Holly. I don't know. I love that. I thought
that was
great.
good.
That was a good crime
I haven't
drama.
seen it.
With it's not so much a slow burn, but it sort of flips the whole idea of the protagonist and the antagonist and who you're rooting for on its head a little bit, because you think you know the story by the beginning of it, but by the end of it, the whole thing is flipped, and it's like, wait a minute,
Everyone's dead.
exactly,
Yeah.
kind of, but yeah, and it also has like explosive violence occasionally, where you're not expecting something to happen, like the axe attack in Fargo, like when
Right. It's not just 100% trying to solve the crime.
Yes.
There's crimes happening. as it's moving along with the action and all that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think that's the one. The first time I saw Fargo, that's the scene that made me what's happening? Like when Gare comes out with the axe, and Carl
doesn't even hesitate. Whack.
And then, dude, it's the whole wood chipper scene.
Yeah, he's trying to
That's
shove
iconic.
the leg in there.
Is so it's crazy, right? People talked about that for years after.
Really? Yeah.
Remember
wood
Dale
chipper.
and Tucker versus Evil, or Tucker and Dale versus
Tucker
Evil?
and Dale versus Evil has an homage to that scene.
Have you seen that, Brent?
That sounds so familiar, but no, I don't know. Maybe if I saw it, I'd remember.
Yeah, you got to watch Tucker and Dale versus
It's
Evil.
hilarious. It's one of my favorite movies.
That's it has a wood chipper scene in it, but it's totally played for laughs, which you wouldn't think would work.
Yeah.
And it's good stuff. And but yeah, I forget that it's not more in the movie. Like the scene is what?
30 seconds or something.
30 seconds of actual wood chipper action?
Maybe a minute.
And what is he trying to hide? I mean, blood is going everywhere.
Blood, the whole...
spraying everywhere.
It's just...
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they couldn't test for DNA or anything back then, so...
Oh, it was 87, right? So...
The snow's going to melt. The blood will just...
Yeah, soak into the ground.
But yeah, no, you're right. It's kind of like so ridiculous.
But it is a neighborhood. When you realize it's a neighborhood.
Is it?
Yes,
it's more
because
like a country neighborhood.
But she's driving down the road.
No HOA or anything?
No,
it's not. It's loosely a neighborhood.
But here's the thing: there's clearly another house not far from this house. You can see
but it's not like there's not like blocks. Of houses.
It's not like blocks of houses. The one thing about the plot that I'm not the biggest fan of is how she just happens upon the car. Like she's just driving.
Oh, and sees. Oh, there's my brown.
And
Sierra.
just says, "Oh, there's the brown sedan that we've been looking for." For the entire movie, and there it is. And it's like that's the climax of the movie, and it's like there's no detective work, there's no like, oh well, this is I found out this clue, and
even though like I loved her character, she's not a professional detective.
No, she uses common sense.
Right,
she's a common sense detective.
I was okay with that. I get it, but so many movies are like that.
She just literally stumbles upon the villains at the end.
They just throw the answer right at you. Here it is. You did all this work, but you accidentally found
there's the car.
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't understand like how he was trying to get rid of the body of his friend, but he still had the dead body of the woman there. I mean, I don't know.
Was she dead?
Well,
she was dead.
we talked about this last night. Was the wife dead?
I don't think she was dead.
Because there was another body on the ground.
Yeah.
So he did bring the body out. So was she still alive and he was going to throw her in the wood chipper alive, or?
I think she was dead because
I think she was dead because he had knocked the chair over and he was like she was screaming or whatever, and he's like
he used the weird word screeching or something.
Yeah. And so basically he was trying to watch TV and she was annoying him, and so he just went and knocked her over. But
what are you trying to say, Dustin?
What? I'm not trying to say anything.
He's definitely not talking about you because you fall asleep.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pretty quiet.
Speaking of falling asleep, Holly did fall asleep during this movie.
I tried so hard.
She tried very hard to stay awake.
I understand, though. Yeah.
But it was somewhere in the middle section, probably around the mic conversation.
It was, and I had 2 drinks earlier because I went out with my coworker. So
yeah.
What about the deal that the son-in-law brings to the father-in-law?
Yes.
He's like, no, this is for me. I just need you to give me the money. Like, dude, how stupid are you?
Well, he's not the brightest bulb.
Yeah.
But
I loved that whole scene.
That whole sequence.
No, it's for me.
That whole sequence is great. Like he just assumed that this is my deal.
You don't understand.
And they're like, they just keep saying, we're not a bank. We're not a bank. Like, just go to a bank. If you want to do this, go to a bank.
Yeah, exactly.
If you
he's
brought
trying
this
to rip him
us,
off is what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what's your finder's fee?
Right.
Finder's fee?
No.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
There's
he would have
more
been
to
better
life
off
than
just
money,
taking the
man.
finder's fee.
Yeah. That's my favorite part. Marge says that, I think, in the car. She says there's more to life than money after she's like,
that.
I feel like that's almost like the whole...
She's kind of lecturing the guy.
Yes,
like, don't
absolutely.
you know? Like, I love her attitude. Like, Don't you know this?
Yes, it's obvious.
You know, this is obvious. There's more to life than money.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
goes
that was a
back to
good
your
scene.
3-cent stamp scene where that's the whole thing. The husband's like,
they're content.
even the husband, who's the nicest guy in the world, is still all about the money. I didn't get the 25-cent stamp. I got the 3-cent stamp.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah,
No,
but
you're missing the point.
that's not the point. You got your damn art on a stamp.
Yeah. Maybe that's the point of the movie.
Maybe it is.
You know?
Yeah.
I like that now. All right.
Don't
They're
hire
redeeming themselves
two imbeciles to kidnap your wife.
from lying to us to watch this movie. Okay. They had a message behind it, which I'd like.
All right. Rating time. What are we going to rate Fargo? 1 to 10.
Y'all go first.
I'm going to give it a 5 because
Dang.
I would normally give it a 4 because I fell asleep. Okay. But I'm giving it a 5 because the TV show gives it a little more merit to me.
Oh, you have to watch it in the mindset that you haven't seen the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you haven't seen the TV show, what's your rating?
A 4.
Dang,
Wow.
it's worse.
Because, I mean, it was an okay movie.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it... Wow. 7.5.
7.5.
You know what? I'm going to give it an 8.
Even though it's not a true story?
Even though it's not a true story.
Okay.
No, if it
I'll
was a true
give it an
story, he
8.
would give it a 9. So
I would still give it an 8.
Okay.
I'm going to pretend it's a true story.
All right. I mean, I have an 8 written down. 8 out of 10 for me. I feel like there was very few movies like Fargo before Fargo.
Yeah.
It's a seminal movie in that way.
Except for Fargo, the movie in the 60s.
I think that's a totally different story, though.
Okay, well, whatever, dude. Do it.
Totally different story. I mean, they made movies like that back in the day, but it was kind of combining a little bit of Tarantino's violence with with the quirky characters.
This is classic 90s greatness.
Yes.
Where there's new things hitting the screen, you know, like Tarantino, Coen Brothers, where it's like, wow, I've seen movies similar, but not like this.
Exactly. Yes. Like, I don't think you had seen a movie exactly like this before. Like, it wasn't when you watched it, you weren't like, oh, this is just like that other movie we watched.
Right.
You can't really say that about Fargo. Because even if you say, oh, yeah, well, the crime is like that other thing that we watched or whatever.
Right. No.
The characters,
Robert
to me,
Rodriguez.
separate it from...
Yeah.
And the fact that they're boring people. That's the difference. It's like, it's not focusing on...
Right.
You know, action heroes or detectives or even beautiful beautiful people. Almost everybody in this movie,
there's no beautiful people,
is normal looking.
Yeah,
they just look like normal people.
Right. Yeah.
I think I would have given it a higher rating back when I first saw it.
Yeah, you're jaded now because of seeing so much of this TV series.
I think so, because I think some of the TV series was a lot better than the movie, especially the second season.
The second season of the TV show, I would say, is better than the movie Fargo.
I need to watch it.
I would say, just because,
and they're each independent stories, so you don't have to watch season 1 and then season 2.
You don't have to watch them in order. But I don't love this movie. I don't even think I own this movie.
That's what's weird. I don't love it, and I give it an 8.
But but there's something about it, like we said at the beginning. There's something about it. I appreciate it when I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Just the craft of it, the fact that it feels real to me, and it has moments that stick in your craw for some reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Love that word.
You know? And it's not just the wood chipper scene. Like, it's not, that's not even the one.
That doesn't even come to my mind when I think about the scenes of this movie.
I'm 8. So 8 out of 10 for me, 8 out of 10 for B, and Holly is...
It's the downer.
Going with the 5 out of which in all fairness, you did fall asleep, and so that has to
I get it. The only reason I give it an 8 because it's the Coen Brothers, and I hear that they're really awesome at what they do. So I wish I could think of the other director that's always falls into that same. He does like arty type movies.
Jim Jarmusch.
No. Maybe it's the Coen Brothers. I'm thinking of.
It's not. It can't be.
Who had the one with the rocket, where they had a town where they had like a rocket going to Mars or something?
Oh, wait, are you thinking Wes Anderson, maybe?
Wes Anderson
Wes
movies.
Anderson?
He's also, it's a Wes Anderson movie. We have to go
Yes,
see it.
it's Wes
What else
Anderson.
did he make?
Yeah.
You know, same thing. Coen Brothers, Wes Anderson.
No, that's true. There's a lot of people who are just like, oh, yeah, I love Wes Anderson's
I
films.
love him.
What's
I
your
love
favorite
Wes.
one?
I love him. Yeah.
You know, and then they're like, most of them are going to, or they'll say the most popular one that everybody knows, like the Royal Tenenbaums or whatever.
Right.
You know, for me, my favorite Wes Anderson movie is his first movie, Bottle Rocket. Love that movie.
Okay.
Still holds up.
Same. I'm not a poser. No
great.
clue what that movie is.
Great. It's a great movie.
Yeah. I couldn't even name a Wes Anderson movie right now.
Yeah. What's your favorite Coen Brothers movie?
Big Lebowski.
Okay. Holly, favorite Coen
I
Brothers
watched it
movie?
recently. It's awesome.
I mean, I guess you mentioned Hudsucker Proxy was one of theirs, so probably that movie because I love that movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be Hudsucker for you because,
and I love the score to Hudsucker too.
Also Carter Burwell. So, all right, so
yeah, I'm glad you picked Fargo for me to. It was better than Space Jam. That was on the table.
Space Jam was on the table.
I probably would have been more talkative with Space Jam.
Yeah.
Holly was really wanting Maximum Risk with Van Damme, and I know she was disappointed.
That would have been fun. Yeah.
But we'll have to do this again. We appreciate B for joining us.
Of course. It's fun. I like it.
Thank you, because I really didn't have much to say about this movie.
Right.
You were supposed to dress up like someone from Minnesota in the winter.
I could have dressed up like Steve Buscemi.
No, you couldn't have pulled that off. That would have been. I guess you could have had like just a bloody.
What scene was weird for me with Steve Buscemi when they had the prostitutes and he's watching the other guy have sex. It's like, dude, you got a woman on top of you. Like, really?
There's a lot of little things if you pay attention to. Also, probably things you didn't notice when you watched it on VHS back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now that I'm seeing it in HD, I'm like, oh, damn, look how you can see everybody's complexion. Like,
you see
like
the makeup
teeth.
when he got shot in the thing.
Yes.
You see all the makeup, the fake face.
Yes, the teeth. I don't think we noticed the teeth
man.
as much before HD, you know?
Teeth were glaring. You could see the plaque. Like, you could see the texture on the teeth. Like...
All righty. And on that note,
that's fun, guys.
We'll call it a wrap. The Top 10 Video Podcast is produced by D. Robi and is a part of the Introverse Podcast Network.